Tyler in the building doing the color grading and everything. What do you guys think of the new set? Leave a comment in the live stream. Is it a live stream? It's a chat. What do you call that when people are battling it out in the comments? What is that? That side thing? No. In YouTube. What? That's not the comment section. The comments go afterwards. The live chat. There you go. Okay, y'all. So we're here for a farm rolled situation, and I think it's been a long time since we've been doing farm rolled, and we've gotten it down right. And I've always said, and I feel like people just kind of think I'm just talking. Like, these are the same cigars that they're charging you $17, $18, $19, $20. Look at the cigar we're smoking tonight for $5. In fact, if you bought the 5-pack, you got 6, which means you got it for $4. Play them while I get mine. You can turn that off. So what I was trying to show you guys was, can they hear me now? Okay, you guys couldn't hear me, but I was talking was, did you see the wrapper? Flash that wrapper at that one scene again, just so they could see that. I mean, these are A-grade wrappers. These are as good as they get. This is the same stuff that we get charged a lot of money for. And we're very lucky because of the relationships we've built, which are because of you and your comments. When these people see you commenting, when they see a new wave happening in this industry that, not for nothing, was stayed the same for a very long time, the growers and manufacturers that actually get to see this stuff get really excited. And so that's kind of how Farm Rolled was born. I need a cutter, though. Does anyone have a cutter? I do have a lighter. And let me show you something. I'm going to light it. This wrapper's like the goosebumps. So I hope everyone's doing great out there. Can we, oh, thank you, man. Can we, that's a heck of a cutter there. Can we get into some questions, Mr. Willie B? That's your new nickname. Willie B. Bronx.
From H-Rod on Instagram, can the free shipping cigar be added to the subscription box?
At this point, no, it cannot. The whole point of the free shipping cigar was so that for people who wanted to use concierge but no longer can, you can still get the benefits of concierge, meaning instead of adding it to your shipment, you just get free shipping. So that's basically how that works. So no, unfortunately, we can't. It would really screw things up. Oh, my gosh. I don't know how to get this to oh, there it is. I mean, just from the first puff, I called it the comparable to the Padron Anniversario Maduro, 40th anniversary, I think it was something like that. I forget what it was, but it's a $20 stick, and it's very similar, very similar. I think Padron does an amazing job, and I'm not comparing them to knock them. I'm just saying we're getting lucky. We're the ones getting lucky, getting this stuff from the people we get them from.
What's the age on the cigar?
Give or take 6 to 9 months. So about probably 180 days. Of course, about 3 or 4 months of those were in the coolers for the Pravada method of aging. No other questions yet? How many people are on there? Huh?
Let me pull up numbers. Good question from James. When are we getting the fraud cigar?
Oh, it's coming. I got to print the bin. That should be fun. What do you mean you're getting the numbers? It says it right there. Okay, cool. That's a good number. I'm not going home then. I was just going to cancel the whole thing right there. If you told me like 30, I'd have been like, fuck this. I'm out. So what do we think about the social media on Instagram lately? For those of you that have been on Instagram, you can tell I am definitely hashtag no filter lately. Are you guys enjoying that? Do you not give a shit? Do you love it? Does it add something to your day? Remember, I'm here to serve you. I don't give a shit about views, numbers, followers, any of that stuff. All I care about is, are we getting you the best stuff and the best entertainment and the best blah, 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 blah. That's it. So if you don't like something, it's great to tell me. I had a conversation with a guy a week ago, really cool dude, wrote me, and I had made a post and it wasn't even that like crazy. And he was like, hey man, you got to stop doing this. And I was like, honestly, I don't think I should. I really don't think I should. This is free advertising. And me and my people are out here having the best time of our lives, smoking some of the best cigars maybe ever made. Like, I want people to notice what's going on. I don't think that that's something we should hide, I guess. Of course, there's different styles and methods to do everything. If you lit your cigar, how is it? Mike, so I've smoked this cigar a number of times. Right now, based on what I ate earlier, where my palate is and everything, it's very fruity to me all of a sudden. It's also got the pepper that only AJ can bring to the table, which, for those of you that don't know, this was made by AJ. Of course, when you see that construction, the beautiful wrapper quality, the whole thing, I mean, these are things that I think only he can really make right now. There's a lot of guys that do similar stuff, but it doesn't always come out right. What would I pair with this? We have that guava beer. That's like a fruity sour beer. That might be good. I might do, of course, bourbon always with cigars, but I would rather see you drink a cognac or an Armagnac with this. I'd see you with a fruity tea with honey in it. I could see that. Dark chocolate, lemon, espresso. Wow. Okay, what's next? Love the no filter Insta updates. That's how I found you. That's great. Thank you, Trey. Listen, man, I'm just being me. And sometimes I can be a little bit of a pain in the ass. And I like to stir shit up and have fun. Like, I don't see what the big problem is. Um, I don't, I don't, I never got a rule book. You know what I'm trying to say? I never got a rule book. Brian, are you going to offer your bourbon to the masses? Matt, I can't. It would be illegal. we are learning as we go. So you can email me, but I definitely can't sell it and or ship it to you. But maybe we'll figure something out at some point. There is a liquor store here saying that they want to help us. Question. Will the cafecito, he's talking about a cigar that was at PravadaCon too, end up on the site like the pig? No, it will not. We just don't have enough Yeah. Are you? Should the pig not be up there? Here's the thing. I got so many requests for the stuff that was at Pecan from the people that were at Pecan too. So it's like I felt like I guess I should just put it up. I mean, we don't want to just sit on product, right? So like, if you want it and you were there, you should be able to get it. But if you're asking me because you really want one, I don't think that they will be for sale on the site. I do think that we probably have a handful left. And if you really want it, you can email info@bravadocigarclub.com. And of course, I will give them to you if we have them. JD the Red. Brands you want to work with, you currently are not. I would say Illusione. We only worked with them because Brian Matola was there. Once Brian was no longer there, that deal soured really quickly. I knew that all of the guy who owns it, what's his name? Dion. I knew that all of Dion's friends effing hated me. I mean, Pete's his best friend. That guy despises us, the whole thing. And so I knew that that was going to sour. I think that he's talented and he has a passion for it, but I think he's also making cigars at Tabacalera Fernandez now. I'm not sure. I don't know if he was always with Aganorsa. What I'm saying is I would definitely love to sit and actually talk about cigars with him, but I don't think Dion would ever give me that opportunity to actually go into the cigar with me, the tobacco, where his thinking process is. That he, in other words, to get in the kitchen with him, it's probably not going to happen. But of all the, guys from that era, I think he's extremely talented and someone that I would definitely want to, pick his brain. Saka, not because I love his cigars. It's because I like him. I think his cigars are fine. I don't smoke them often. When I do, I'm like, this is a fine cigar. I have nothing negative to say. I met his. We all got off on the wrong foot, and then somehow we ended up in a pretty good place, I guess. He seems like a super cool guy who at least knows who he is enough to have an opinion and not hold punches, not hold that opinion. And I can appreciate that, especially after the way that I've been treated in this industry. I can seriously appreciate that. So, and shout out to his dude, Lafferty. I think Dave Lafferty. Yeah. Mark Whalen just joined and received my first box today. Well, congratulations. You have the applause in there or the air horn or something for this man. That's it, bro. You are slow on this. We got to work on. You need a keyboard or something. Bow, 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 bow. Welcome to the club, man. It's an absolute honor to have you. I hope that you read the cards because that's where a lot of the work goes, and you get to realize how special what you have is by reading that card and understanding all the things that tobacco, the cigar itself, all the things that had to happen for that to get to you and how long that took and how many hands touched that. And it's pretty amazing. Jason Castro, my brother, this cigar is fantastic. Jason, I didn't like it this much the first 3 times I smoked it. I'm just being honest. I thought it was a fine cigar, like I just talked about. A cigar has to be a wow to really get me, because this is what I do for a living. I'm constantly trying new stuff, right? So it's wowing me right now. So I don't know if it's what I ate, what I drank. I just drank water, whatever, but it's truly phenomenal. Johnny's Havana, my man, thank you for all your comments, by the way. I see you out there. Any topics or articles you would like to see on Cigar Public? Yeah. I would like to see an article on what happened after the cigar boom of the late 90s and early 2000s. I would like to see an article on that. I don't know if you can write it properly because the people that were there and really experienced that, I don't think will be very truthful, honest, or forthcoming at all. But that's cool. Dos Pablos. Sport fishing. My man's a sport fisher. Please review all of the Pravada 2 exclusive cigars. I've been on the road and still haven't opened my box. Well, Dos Pablos, first of all, I want to thank you so much for the support and for purchasing, which some of the most rare cigars we'll put out, for the year. I can't do that, unfortunately, because we just don't have the time. We already have to do the unboxing for this or that. But, maybe I can briefly go over that. Maybe we could do that at least, on the iPhone and help Pablo out. I appreciate you, though, Pablo. And if you have any questions, email me. Kat, what's up, man? Seeing you everywhere lately. Thank you so much for joining us. Question: will Liquid Death be sold on the site, or can it be? I don't think so. I'm very gracious and grateful that they were able to help murder our thirst at PravadaCon 2, and hopefully that relationship can blossom as well. But thanks for the question, Kat. James Rivera. Also, what's up with those El Titan de Bronze Stogies, man? Teasing us. Do you want that right away, or do you want me to age that? Because you guys just had an El Titan in February. So if you guys want the El Titan right away, go in the live chat and say what you want. If you want it right away, no problem. It's yours. They sure do look oily. Look, here's the thing about cigars. I'm going through this with Pravada Customs right now. The first class of Pravada Customs. For those of you that don't know what it is, you're basically buying cigars ahead of time, and we're going to make them together. It's like a census. We all vote on what we're going to use, what tobaccos, who was going to make it, how long we're going to age it, what the art's going to look like, all that stuff. It's this whole big community thing, and it's really an amazing situation. But what we're voting on right now is how long to age that cigar, because the cigar's finally, it's just done now. Okay. And so how long do we age that cigar? Now, manufacturers love to tell you that they use 90 days always at the factory. And just so you understand, when they're aging in their aging rooms, the AC is on. They are trying to actively get humidity out of that tobacco because they're constantly keeping it moist and pliable so they can roll it. So, how long it takes. Some people say 30 days. Some people say 60 days. Some people, and a lot of people, don't even throw them in there at all. Those are the same people that don't freeze them, and those are the same cigars that you'll find beetles in. So there's this whole I just got them. Obviously, El Titan felt that they were ready, but I just got them. So you let me know in the comments whether you guys want to age them for 30, 60, 90 days or not. Nathan, what's up, man? I think I was chatting with you on the live the other day on Instagram. Love what you're doing, brother. Thank you so much, Nathan. I appreciate it. I'm just lucky to have an audience to do it for, and you're included in that, and I cannot thank you enough. We are happy to support the operation. I'm now ordering the majority of my cigars on Pravada. Carry Padron, and I'll order it all from you. Nathan, we are blessed to get some Padron here and there. Unfortunately, because we don't have a brick and mortar, it's very difficult. And, hey, listen, we're sort of a new company in the grand scheme of things. Like Padron, I don't even think they knew who we were until a couple of years ago. So, I think over time, maybe we'll get comfortable and build that relationship. And as people start doing what you're doing, which is basically buying most of their cigars at Pravada, we'll have that market power to be able to get them to say, all right, give them what they want. And so I will do my best for you. And if you email us info, I'll make sure I put you in some sort of wait list for Padron. Every time we get Padron, you'll know, and you can get it from us. Thank you so much. Dean, my brother, also recently got my first. I've seen you around a lot, Dean, for a new member. The Lumina Lancero. What a box to start on. I mean, this is like smoking like a Monte Cristo. What's there? A Laguito or something like this. Is just a special thing. Santana is a special human being. He's one of the true artists of our industry, and it's very difficult to work with an artist when you're in commerce. It can become very difficult. The artist cares not about the dollar, the anything else but the craft itself is and so I've been patient enough, willing enough, and I've seen his passion enough to want to bring him in. And I think that that's what's going to happen. I think you're going to see him flourish here and start to make projects that you just will not believe. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. And I'm super excited because this man makes some of the best cigars I've ever had. And we're lucky to have him in our camp. Thank you, Dean. This cigar is phenomenal. The fact that you can get this for $5, are you kidding me? That's a reel right there. You got to cut that. The fact that you can show me any other club, show me any other brand, show me who's giving you this for $5. It's insane. We're very lucky. I never had to close farm rolled. I think people think they're cheap cigars, Willie B. That's what I think they think. I think they think they're cheap cigars because they're $5. And it's like, man, we didn't have to put a band on it. There's a reason why we have it. It helps one hand washes the other. All right, for those of you that want to know what's going on with this, this is like, kind of reminds me of the chocolate covered lemon from Pecan too. Similar size and shape and everything too. But this one's more fruity. It's more zingy. It's creamy, oaky, rich smoke. It's got an extreme amount of like tart fruits, and then almost like a lemon rind. And then when you retrohale, there's a slight red pepper that kicks in, and it's extremely, extremely satisfying. Throw that wrapper up there. I can't talk while the video's on, but check this out. Look at this. This is what you guys are smoking right now. Okay, so you saw that. So, by the way, that was a natural and a Maduro. In place of the Maduro that we all bought out, there's the Habano, and it's a natural version of this cigar, and it's just as good or better. Um, you be the judge of that, but it's $5. Like, who gives a shit, you know? So we're in a great spot there. AJ, can you pop that picture up of AJ? You have that? Johnny Taquitos took this picture a long time ago. It's such a great picture. It's fine if you don't have it. Okay, Mark Whalen. Who runs, moderates the Pravada Cigar Club Facebook? Should I join for more information? Yes, you should. My wife does, and I'm sure she'll let you in. She checks the invites every couple of days, but it's been a little crazy with PravadaCon. So, also, I saw Jason Castro asked if there will be a PravadaCon 3. I don't see why not. I am not rushing to plan it though. I got things to do, Jason. Hopefully, you'll be there. You'll be in some of the other things too. Shout out to Cigars on Waterford. Okay, Richard Ragusa. Looking forward to getting the Maya Selva Florida Selva White. Tell me more about it. Well, they made it for us exclusively. I believe that is a Connecticut shade wrapper that was grown in Honduras. I'm pretty sure about that. It's her blending style 100%. Like, if you don't like this cigar, you don't like Maya Selva. It's a cigar that would probably do better in Europe, and it is a magic thing. It's also a very expensive cigar. So, Nathan L., does any good cigar tobacco come out of Guatemala or other countries we may not think of? Not consistently enough, Nathan, to really talk about or dive too far into. Supposedly, Colombia can grow some of the best tobacco, but they have a much more lucrative crop to grow there. So they don't grow a lot of tobacco. But I've had people tell me that Colombia has some fire, some fuego. There it is. Look at that picture, bro. That's a portrait. That man is so serious right there. Can they hear me?
Yeah.
That man is so serious. He's so sincere. He is so sincere about this thing that nothing is more important than these cigars. And it shows in his work. It's incredible. Paul Swisher, my dude. What do the haters think they are accomplishing by verbalizing their hate? When they talk about you, it's like free advertising. You know how I am, brother. Gonna say what I say. Yes, I do know how you are, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate you very much. Thank you for being a big part of this community. Corolla, how does he say it? What? Corolla. Corolla Beach Idiots. Check them out. They have cigars. Fantastic. They're on the site. I don't know. I don't know why, but they don't say it to like. And if they do, they get drunk and they go, and then they take it down and don't say, So I don't know. I'm glad that it's happening though because it is great advertising, and while I don't think we need it, you always take lemons and make lemonade. And it also is a real driving force for me. My brother Derek, Lovecraft Studios. Will we ever see more dead stock? Yes, and I'm sorry. I have so much dead stock, it's crazy, but I just forget to put it out because I'm working on the club or the LCA. But yes. You know what? Pry Bar, no, it is not in April's box. This is just something that we grabbed randomly out of Farm Rolled, and we sold through all of the stock that we had for Farm Rolled. So you will have other amazing cigars. This is just one of the many. One of the many properties. This is just one of the many, okay? Dean. Oof. Clark, are you smoking this? One Vitola to roll. I guess for me personally, probably a real Churchill, like a 7x48. If I had to pick one, but they're for different moods. They're like shoes, baby. You get to have more. You have to have all of them. I love them all. I think this is AJ's favorite Vitola. I think because of how impressive looking it is. It's a torpedo. It's also a box press. It takes skill and to get it right. And you know, uh, that's what I gathered. He never told me that, but I gathered that because I was like, we need to make this one special cigar, and he was like, it's gonna be this size, and that was it. So I think that he loves that. Man, I used to be a Lancero head. I still enjoy a Lancero. A Lonsdale. I mean, come on. But when a Robusto's good, a 5x50, when it's good, it leaves you wanting more, and that's great too. So there's all these different, nuances in the different sizes.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
From a member, does the yearly coupon code still work?
It does, but you got to get a new one. So get in. Email in, and they'll get you. We had to change it. Somebody was handing it out there. You guys see this? Can they see this?
Oh, yeah.
Cool stuff. Shout out to Aunt Ben. Shout out to my man Dion out there at Jerk Restaurant in Chicago. These are crazy. Pry Bar Commando. The barrel aged was amazing. What's up with Montenegro cigars? So we just had a Montenegro, another President Series, and it obviously blew people's minds because people were writing in a lot about it. It is an amazing cigar. I forget which president it is already, but it's in black and white. So, but they're also working on 2 new batches of cigars for us. I'm not. Me and Montenegro are family. Colin G. Any chance we will get a Rocky Patel clap? We were talking about doing something with Rocky Patel, but I heard from some members that felt that it wasn't what they're looking for. Now, I know that's not going to be the answer for everyone, but I also have to pay attention to what made us who we are. And it wasn't by going after large mainstream brands. It was by discovering amazing stuff. Now, you could argue that AJ is, but man, listen, no one can, that's like, It's not like not wanting Michael Jordan on your team. Like you're not going to do that. I have so much respect and admiration for Rocky Patel. What that man did was walk into an industry, create his own path, and run with it. And he worked his ass off for it. So I'm not taking anything away from them. I think that they make fantastic cigars. I don't know if it's a fit. And by the way, as we were talking about it, I kind of sense that like they kind of came to me, but I think it was a miscommunication, and I don't know if they really want to do it. So I don't know. The answer is no. Sorry for the long-winded answer. Christopher Jackson. I just like to be as transparent as possible so everyone knows exactly what's going on, so that when someone from his camp watches it and goes, wait, I thought we were going to do, I'm telling you exactly why. It's because I felt like I shouldn't pursue it, and I never got to pursual either. So like I just left it at that. Christopher Jackson, I highly encourage all who didn't make it to Pecan 2 to make it to the next one. Meet some great new friends, and I met some great new friends, and we're all exchanging cigars in the mail. I mean, that is fantastic. This is what it's all about. If you're looking for a community, Privada Cigar Club is the only retail club that just comes with a built-in community. You could sit online with people and smoke all night, guys and girls. We got women. We got such a diverse crowd here. And I'm proud of that. And so if you're looking for that, come over here. If you don't want that, but you just want great cigars, that's here too. But I think you're missing the point just a little bit if you join the Privada Rare Club and have these shared experiences with thousands of people all across your country and the world now, to not talk about those experiences. It's like seeing a great movie and you're the only one that saw it. Like there are thousands of other people that had that same experience you had, and they want to talk about how great it was. And I think that makes the experience even better. Clark, you want to jump in here for a second? Say hello to everyone. It's been a while. Ain't nothing but against the and this is Snoop Dogg coming in here.
Yo, what's good? What's going on, everybody?
They can't talk back, unfortunately.
But I like this setup. You guys can't see, but I've got a camera monitor. It's like a real film set now. We're a real production company. What's going on? It's been a little while since we've done a lot of action. So your boy Clark has been very busy this year, making LCA the biggest and brightest beacon for this next generation of cigar consumers possible.
Oh boy, you sound like me now. So can you tell everyone what I told you about why you haven't been on camera? Because everyone's been asking, where's Clark? Where's Clark?
I would love to talk about that. Brian told me that it's been partially, I've been pretty busy too, but Brian said, Clark, you're not funny anymore. You're not goofy. You're not a good comedic relief.
Not late anymore.
Well, I would like to think that there's more to my personality than simply showing up late. Hashtag Clark is late is seemingly my reputation, though. But no, Brian says I'm not late anymore, therefore I'm no fun. What do you people think about that? I think I can be plenty fun and show up to my place of employment on time. Brian?
What do you want to know? I'm in computer land over here.
You're in computer land?
Yeah.
Why do you think it is?
What's up?
Why do you think that just because I'm on time, I'm not late, I'm no fun anymore?
You're a serious. Okay, let me get on this. You're a serious business. Yeah, you stay right there. You're
Yep.
a serious businessman now.
Well,
you're not funny.
Can I not be?
You don't have time to be funny. You were just working until like half an hour ago.
That's true.
This man's making calls.
And I'm ready to be funny now. I'm ready to be a goofball now.
I don't think you can turn it off and on that easily.
Oh, I certainly can. You clearly are underestimating my affinity for off-camera shenanigans. What were you saying, though?
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay.
Let's see you carry the next 5 minutes. It's about how funny you are, and then we'll talk.
Well, hit me with your LCA questions, guys, because LCA has been growing like crazy over here. Honest to God.
I have a question about LCA.
Hit me.
How the hell are you getting this many good cigars every month when a lot of brands can only put out 1 or 2 good cigars a year?
I think that's like the brilliance and like the beauty of LCA is that brands, by and large, are rolling out of 1, maybe 2 or 3 factories in some cases. So their hands are kind of tied to like the manufacturers that they're working with. We're in a fortunate position where we've got basically the whole cigar making world at our disposal. And fortunately, all of our partners, all of the brands and blenders that we work with, they see that we're really shining a light on them, and they see it as great promotion for their companies to have releases in LCA.
Let me stop you there.
Yes.
First of all, any brand out there, you should pray and hope that your cigar lands in the LCA. You're talking about going into 500 shops overnight, half of which, probably 3/4 of which, 400 of which, you're not in right now. This is the best promotion and marketing in the cigar industry, in my opinion. I'd rather have this than a full-page ad in Cigar Aficionado.
And I mean, every release in LCA goes simply viral, it seems. And so I think that our partners see, hey, you guys, this is really great promotion for us. So they know, don't send something that you want in LCA unless it's really good and really unique, not just a carbon copy of something else in your portfolio, you know?
There you go. That is a fact that they now know because of these wonderful people that are in these comments that they're going to talk about it publicly. And so you better come correct. And then there's also the curation. I'm not going to let something get by me that's not great. And we just happen to have a lot of great cigars in our collection of, millions.
We sure do, don't we?
It's incredible, and it's thanks to AJ, thanks to Chico, thanks to Eladio Diaz, thanks to Hochi Blanco, thanks to, you name it, thanks to Santana, thanks to Espinosa, thanks to Rainier. Bro, this month's LCA, it's my favorite release of the entire LCA, and you're right.
Your favorite LCA ever. I get it, yeah.
For the rest of my life.
I think last month's and this month's are particularly good releases, good months for LCA.
Last month was amazing.
And I think that's the other thing that you just touched on. In addition to like everybody that we do business with really wanting to have releases in LCA, like everything we've got in LCA is pretty much aged for over a year. We've got like so many cigars in this warehouse lined up for LCA and for future Privada Club releases that by the time you get them, they've been aging for over a year in a lot of places. And that's just a better situation than a cigar fresh off the truck that goes straight to a retailer.
You proved my point for me, though.
What's that?
You're no fun anymore.
What?
Yeah, all you did was talk business the whole time. All you did was talk about the LCA the whole time.
I'm funny. I'm fun. I don't want to be boring every second of my life. Jeez.
Question for you, Big Rob Nola.
Oh, Pi Day. Why didn't we do Pi Day this year?
Because Clark's not fun anymore.
I never thought it was fun to count pie for 12 hours. I thought it would be fun for everybody else, but then I realized after doing it 2 years, that's a full 24 hours of my life I'm never going to get back again. And I'm happy not racking up a higher bill than the one I've already accumulated.
Yeah, I get that. That is tough.
That was
for me to even know what's going on in the studio.
You were terrible. That like the whole couple of days leading up to that, you're like, this is gonna be you're gonna get tired. You're gonna.
You didn't. Amazing
If
discipline.
I guess it's probably for the best that I focus that discipline onto other more productive means now.
You think?
But who knows? Maybe we go out on a real bang next year. Pi Day 3.14, March 14th. We just do a grand finale to this series where I count pi for 3 days and 14 hours with no interruption. And then, after that, I think we just have to call it quits.
Fly me to the moon. See, I'm more funny than you are.
All right, keep it up with questions, Clark.
When are we getting more purple people eaters?
I don't think we're getting more. I don't think we can get more.
We're getting more.
We're getting more?
Yeah. Edward Usuri. Hello, my friend. How can we help you get more LCA shops, Clark?
That's a great question.
Edward, what a guy. What a mensch this guy is.
Honestly, the single best thing that you can do if you've got a location that you like to go to or you think would really appreciate LCA is simply just tell them that. That's really what it comes down to.
And they could give them your email address, Clark at PrivadaCigarClub.com. But I do have to say that we've had probably to get the 500 shops, we've probably had 750 in the. It's not for every shop.
No, it's not for every shop. And really, like, what retailers really want to know, especially ones who are a little, slow on the, uptake and aren't as familiar, they've only heard of Privada and LCA in passing, they really want to know if I bring something in that people are going to buy it. And so if you are talking to your retailers and you're telling your friends to talk to your retailers and you're saying, hey, we want these cigars, we will get them from you, that is the number one best thing for getting more accounts. You can't be back
funny
here.
Guy.
You can't.
Peter
I'm
Jeffrey, been with Privada for over a year and get at the LCA. Brian's Box and Farm Rolled each month. Wow, thank you, Peter, so much, man. Phenomenal value and awesome cigars, right? I mean, Peter, I think you can tell that we're going the extra mile and putting a lot of effort and time into these cigars. And I would say if I was one of my haters, I'd say, well, how the hell are you putting so much time into cigars if you're putting out 5 to 7 cigars every month? Like, what? How is it? But we've set it up this way. This is how our program works. It's not. This is our process. And so we've got these cigars sitting there aging, and I smoke them all the time. We smoke them all the time, and I get inspired, and I say, okay, this is what this is going to be, and we're putting it out on this month. And then Clark, really hammers me over the, anyway.
Over the what? Tell the people.
Over the schedule.
The schedule, that is very useful to be able to know.
So I have to always be way ahead of myself.
Yeah, that's the thing I think people don't really understand is that in order to make like the clubs and LCA work, it's a lot of logistics. We're like booked out like oftentimes like many months in order to know like, hey, here's what we're putting out, here's the schedule we're going to do.
Joshua Rivas, a couple of years ago, I found a cigar shop I never knew about near me because of the LCA. I've been there a bunch of times now. Joshua, thank you. These are the stories that we wanted to make possible when we started the LCA. And just so you guys understand, a lot of you out there are just like, oh, the LCA, Limited Cigar Association, they put out 2 cigars a month, blah, blah, blah. You don't understand how revolutionary this is for this industry to adapt to this, because before us, it was online versus brick and mortar, and we showed this industry that we can do this thing together and that we can create multiple mini communities around these shops all across the country to make one big, powerful community. And it's such a beautiful thing. They should have welcomed us with open arms right there. It should have been over. We should have just been the keynote speaker at every function. And
do you want to stand on camera with me so that you're not?
No, I think I'm done with you. No. No. Anyone have any more questions for Clark? William, I love the no filter you've had lately, Brian. If people don't like what people see, then don't take it so personally and move on. And I agree with you, William, 100%. And thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Anything you want to talk about, Clark, before you head on out of here?
Oh, no, I've just gotten told I'm no fun anymore. What am I even doing here? I'm so boring. All I do is talk about business now.
What did you think of the bourbon?
Oh, honestly, honest to God, the bourbon's fantastic. I think, I think admittedly we got a little lucky because like we don't have any where like the breadth of experience and knowledge in bourbon that we do.
Well, I got to give Cameron, the guy who sold it to us, a shout, because he's no longer there, by the way. But he told me, he was like, these are the barrels you need. And he was right. And so big shout out, big round of applause for Cameron. Thank you so much. I don't know where he is now. I got to try to find out where he went.
When are we releasing the WNBC cigar?
WNBC he's talking about.
That's it. I think
unfortunately, WNBC will be upset about that.
I think they probably would have something to say about that one. Hey, Clark, I had hoped we could have some LCA cigars left over every month, so when the LCA community comes to see us, they would have some left, but we sell out. Love it. That is a good problem to have now, isn't it?
Paul, you are the man. I love hearing that. That's great. That's the point. Harry V, my brother. Question, any chance of Anchor Clark making a return?
Do you know what he's talking about? I know.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
He's talking about
That's how you know someone's in the community. He knows stuff I don't know.
That's pulling out of the recesses right there of LCA. That's when we did the Murder Hornet with Room 101. We did that ridiculous broadcast with Matt
Booth.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
We should do another something like that.
Yeah, call Matt, see if he wants to see if he wants to join you on that.
The Blackbird, Penelope Barrel-Aged Minnesota Fat surprised me. Darn good smoke. You guys have too much fun. We do have fun.
Thanks,
That's right,
Terry.
Brian. We are both fun.
I like that jacket in your picture too, bro. Brah. Rad One Cal. Can you disclose what factory Jeremy Sire's LCA comes from? Yeah, 100%. It's out of AJ's factory. I believe we rolled that at Tabacalera Annex, which is the little factory in the heart of Esteli that he put up with our logo on it and rolls most of our cigars out of there. Christopher Jackson, my dude, I got the HVC LCA cigar at Pecan 2, and it's by far the best LCA. It is by far, can you do a good Trump? It is by far the best LCA. It's the best LCA stick. Get them Friday. Christopher, thank you so much for the comment. Looks like you have a nice pool there. Rainier, that's why I went on Instagram the other night. I took the post down. I purge a lot on our Instagram page, but I was like, don't forget me, bro. Don't forget me, because everyone's going to talk about that cigar.
Oh, yeah.
But beans to beans. I just made that up.
Beans to beans, yeah.
Oranges to oranges. That Habano, the Danube, it's on its another, like it's.
Beans to beans. I mean, you can't beat it.
Bro, it's another 10 out of 10. Cigar Yoda, what up? Question, hey, Clark, Abdul here. Any of those blue diamonds available? Is that Abdul from Florida?
That is Abdul.
That's my bro right there.
Royal
Dude,
Cigar
you look
Lounge.
great in the video. Camille.
Yeah, are we going to be? But we're probably not going to be able to do. We don't have any of those left, do we?
What?
The blue diamonds.
I have some left.
Abdul, email me. I'll set you up.
So good. Camille Alexander, will there be any puritos from Rojas? Really enjoyed them. Yes, we should get more, but he's been doing a lot of other stuff. Jared, my dude in Houston, shouts to a new shop near me, the Bunker Cigar Lounge in Santa Fe, Texas. What?
Jared, tell them I say hello. I think they're pretty excited to get started with LCA, and I think knowing that they've got a Pravada member who's ready to back them up is going to make all the difference to them. Construction on this is perfect. Update notes on the second third of the cigar. Brian Desson.
Yeah, I'm going to jump back in here.
You got it. Good seeing you guys. Boring Clark's out of here. And I'm going to be off here, off on the sidelines.
Let's see how funny you are.
I'm going to make a little commentary over here like Brian was.
Oh, boy, this thing's stuck. Well, there you have it, folks. That's Cigar Clark. Cigar Clark, ladies and gentlemen. They cut his mic. Arturo Ashbourne, the construction of this cigar is perfect. It is perfect. Now, Arturo, when you start paying attention to things like construction, which a lot of people think that they're paying attention, but they're not. When you start paying attention to things like construction, this is where you cannot ignore, where the cigar came from. It's like this almost every time. And another reason why Farm Rolled is so great. Now, we don't only get cigars from AJ and Farm Rolled. We get Aganorsa. We get Blackbird. We get, who else do we get? We get Espinosa. We get Aganorsa. I said Aganorsa. We get a couple of factories in Dominican Republic. Chico Rivas. There are some really great people that are giving us cigars for Farm Rolled, and it is exciting. You should get in. Remember, these people have to move cigars at some point. They can, tell you the prices are up or this, that, and the third, but eventually they have to sell cigars. And when we can get them for the right price, we can put them in Farm Rolled. This wrapper's insane. Okay, Jared, what is he saying? Question, why are William and Tyler so awesome? These guys deserve a raise. Hey, thanks, Jared. I'll remember that next time you ask for a discount. No. Bless you. I think you guys get paid pretty fairly, I would say. And they're having the time of their lives. But yeah, I'll take good care of them. And they deserve a bonus, I think is what you were saying, pal. I got you. Joe Childs, my bro. Did you move to Michigan yet? The Cigar social site is dope as F, dog. Thank you, sir. I wish more people would use it. I can't force you to change social media. It's tough. It's got no app. I get it. You can sideload an app, but it's not quite the same. And but I do jump on there every day and check comments and reply to things, and I appreciate you using the site. Edward, again, thank you, Edward. Whatever happened to those Cuban links you got in? I believe they were a different Vitola. They were a 6x50 instead of a 5x50. And one was a Habano and one was a Connecticut. They needed time. They are almost ready. I would say they're about ready. We have a cigar coming that also needed a little bit of time from an adjacent factory in Costa Rica, same country, same, similar style, but this is from the man who makes Atabey and Byron and works with Santana and Nelson Alfonso. And I wanted to make a cigar with his name on it and put it out because I think that this man deserves light and legend. He is a legend in our industry, and we need to know about him. He made us a Connecticut 6x52 that is one of the best cigars I've ever had. And you'll hear me say that from time to time. We have some pretty amazing stuff. I wouldn't call this one of the best cigars I've ever had. I'd say this is a fantastic Maduro. Without thinking about it, this is rating in the high 8s, early 9s for me because, if you like Maduros, this does everything you want it to do. Lil Spence, what up? Why do you get so much smoke in the industry? Because of the cigars. Nah. Are you like the annoying younger brother? I think I do. Okay. I think that this was a very serious industry that didn't have a sense of humor, and I didn't know that walking in. And I use sense of humor in my daily life, personal life, business life, the whole thing. And yes, I have sort of taken that like nudge because I don't want to go over the top and like really sever relationships to where one day these people will always hate us for, you know what I mean? But like at the same time, it's like, you're going to hate, I'm going to push you a little bit more. Eventually you'll see that what I'm doing is good for the culture and cigars in general. And hopefully you'll join in the fun. But if not, I'm still going to poke fun and stuff. I just can't take anything too seriously. Mario Villa, my wife messed my Black Friday Pravada jacket in the laundry, and emailed you to buy another one. You gave it for free. That is priceless, man. Thank you, Mario. This is the kind of thing that happens when a business owner gets to know his customer base, like his members, his friends, as they become your friends. And, I'm here to serve. And so when I can, I do. So awesome. So happy about that. Kat Gonzalez, for some reason, I'm getting plum and cocoa. Is anyone else getting these notes? I can tell you that it is fruity. So I could clearly see plum would be like a red plum when it's super ripe and crisp and you bite in and there's that little tang. I could see that. And then what was the other thing? What was it? Yeah, is it? It's there. I could see someone say espresso. I could see someone say earthy, but this is better than earthy. I don't like earthy. Cigar Yoda questions, will Farm Roll be available for B&M? Unfortunately, no, it's not. There's just not enough profit margin for a third party to also be involved. SVO8, I don't know if it has been asked, but will this be a recurring Q&A segment for the Farm Roll or exclusive cigars? We'll do more of these, Esav. Joshua Rivas, my man, Espinosa and AJ Fernandez test blends are better than their regular production. Okay. There's a reason for that. And it's the same reason why Farm Rolled is also bangers. I wish I could just like come out and say exactly, but I can't. Point is, we're getting some of the best cigars on shelves, but without bands for really good prices. So thank you for that. Paul M. Bonsoir from Montreal, Quebec. I'm the biggest Montreal fan. I used to go up there when I was younger, and I lived in New York, and we had the best time. I think it was St. Catherine Street or something. We used to go shopping to nightclubs, and man, I had the best time in Montreal. I used to stay at the Lowe's out there. When will Canada be able to get more cigars from Pravada? Merci. Thank you. Merci to you, Paul, for the beautiful comment. Clark, we're working on that, right? Business Clark. Here he is.
Business Clark is here to report that we are working on it.
Okay, is that like a month, 2 months?
No, I've got a conversation with our boys over at Cigar Chief tomorrow, actually, 12:30 p.m. You guys want to join? It's going to be fun.
Do it on a live stream.
Why not? That sounds like
I
a good
thought
time.
about doing all the business on like a webcam just to make it completely open.
That is pretty cool, right?
Josh Harris, Brian, appreciate you and all that you've done for us in the community. Pravada is changing the game. I'm proud to be a part of the fam and excited to see what the future holds. Hashtag we are Pravada. Josh, thank you for such a beautifully written comment. Clearly one of our higher IQ members. I love you for saying that. I hope that that's how I'm remembered, and that's a big part of the reason why I do it. I have an opportunity to leave a mark, and I think we all want to leave a mark in something. So thank you for allowing me to do that in cigars.
All right, throwing some questions in from Instagram. Kat Gonzalez, what cigars compare well with coffee, but also cigars that have pronounced coffee aromas?
Can we maybe open that gate? It is smoking here. Okay, one more time. I need that comment.
Kat Gonzalez.
She's got great comments, Kat. Great comments.
What cigars compare well with coffee, but also cigars that have pronounced coffee aromas, flavor notes?
You're smoking it. You're smoking it. A San Andreas. That's to me. Look, I hate using that term earthy, right? But a San Andreas captures the earth. It captures the place from which it comes, okay? So does coffee. And so when you're trying coffee black with the cigar, and I'm working on some pairings, Kat, we're going to get down. You're going to love what we're working on. So I would say stay with San Andreas for that.
ERVT_music. So where does this farm rolled cigar come from?
This is from AJ.
At it again, blowing in the wind. Any of the Pravadacon cigars going on the page for sale? We already talked about that.
Yeah, we have a few.
And then a question I got from the same person as well, someone on here. What happened with JC Newman?
Clark, do you know that we have 3,500 of the original pigs left? No, I'll tell him later. Taking a business Clark. He's on a call, of course. Okay, so maybe crank the AC on so get some of that. We need Rabbit Air to sponsor this. What was JC Newman. Look, man, they are partners with Fuente, and it seems as though we're on Fuente's shit list. The guy doesn't like us. Again, I approached something with a joke, and people didn't like it. They felt like it was disrespectful. Again, it's a serious industry. So I came in with the jokes, and they were like, fuck you. And I'm definitely still feeling that in form of some relationships. And so I do believe that that's one of them. Drew's a great guy. They really wanted us to have Pravadacon 2 at their factory after PCA last year, not this year. That was taken off the table. And a little abruptly and a little unprofessionally, in my opinion, but I forgive them. An amazing family with amazing culture in cigars, and they know things that no one else does, and it's been a blessing to be able to sit with them and learn from them.
All right. Matt Naga just dropped a new question on there. Just got his third don't buy. Every single one has been fired. This one was a barbecue bourbon and was wondering if it came from Pecan 1 or Pecan 2.
Pecan 1, you got one of the Habanos. That was the pulled pork sandwich. You got a great cigar there, my friend. We've been finding some coolers with some. We have 3,500, bro, of the original pigs. Now, I don't like this cigar, but everyone wants that. That's like a collector's piece. So I'll try to get those on the site at some point as well.
Julio Fortis. I don't usually like San Andreas, but I'm glad I doubled down on this one.
Julio,
It's great.
you're the
Very
man.
enjoyable. Thank you, Brian. Can't wait for April.
Julio's the guy who knows great cigars. He's been with me since the beginning and has always been a peer on the level of understanding cigars and knowing who makes great cigars.
William dropped in a question. Is there a blender who hasn't liked the club but now opened up and done a cigar for the club, or have all the makers who don't believe in Pravada still won't work with us?
Well, there's really only two major factories that we don't work with. One is Fuente, and one is my father. Okay, so those are the two factories that we really don't get a lot from, or haven't worked with, or haven't done anything with. Most of the other factories will work with us. They're really. We talk about the haters all the time, but really not that. I mean, we had a small. I've always had. The presence has always been really thick because they are conniving and they do things. They don't just sit back and be like, I don't like that. They do things. They don't say it to your face, but they do things that cause you to start to know and notice things. So I don't think there's really a lot of haters. I think it's just that we notice them when they do things like put my picture out at PCA with the word fraud on it and stuff like that. What was I going to do? Was I going to cry? I laughed as soon as I saw it. Of course it hurts. It's like, yeah, why would someone? And then you're like, damn, this grown-ass man went and made pictures. Good for him. And guess what? Now I get to make a cigar, and everyone's going to love it and laugh about it. And that's what cigars are about. It's about having a great time. And it makes another collectible, viral Pravada cigar. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Right. Two brothers, are we expecting a Father's Day sale?
Yes, always.
Always.
It's the Father's Day gifts suck. And so this is our idea of making Father's Day better. James Pine, my bro, man. Thank you so much for all your support, James. Any chance Brian's box could be 5 cigars again? It will be 5 cigars again. And one more time. And when it's not, it will be, everyone will get the same box, and it's going to be cool stuff. I have some cool ideas from doing this thing. I've seen how we can really work the buying dollar for Brian's box to get some interesting stuff.
Christopher Lawrence, what's the story behind having to remove labels from some cigars? I have seen it mentioned in some videos, but never explained.
So when we went to PCA the last time, this is how we, started to really, I mean, we knew who were the protagonists? That's antagonists. We knew who they were, but when we got there, it was made very clear to us what was going on, and people weren't happy that we were there, and they pushed the PCA as an organization to make sure that none of our funky bands were on the cigars, because their citing was that the FDA is at these shows and that they're going to see it, and somehow this is going to be bad for the industry and blah, blah, blah. So that's how that went. And yeah, we were asked to take about 3 cigars off. I have nothing but respect for the PCA as an organization. It is not easy doing what they do.
You hear Vergara, is the club open?
You're here.
Wanting to rejoin.
Yes, the club is open, and it should stay open for a while. COVID was like up to here, and now we're like here, and it's like leveled out, and we're at this really nice pace where I have some cigars left over every month so we can get new members in if you're interested. And we've just retained some long-term members here, which is very telling for me. It means I'm doing the right things.
Josh Hoffman asks, what did the PCA say about that bullshit? Probably talking about the fraud cards.
We weren't there, and we don't communicate with them, so nothing. Yeah, so I got you got the picture there, right? Yeah. I got the smoking jacket is in production right now. I got a message showing a video of them making the jackets, and I'll get more, and I'll start posting those on Instagram. I would say we'll have them within 30 days.
Awesome. Jordan Story Music, Brian, in Brian's box, are you going to be switching back to Pravada cigars instead of regular production?
No. I might throw a Pravada cigar in here or there, but I think Brian's box is supposed to compete with the other Cigar of the Month clubs. It's supposed to be the one thing I do that they can do what I do, and I like that. I like seeing the difference between what I pick and what these clubs pick, and so that's really cool. And so that's what Brian's box is. It's for the people that say, I don't want a cigar I might not be able to get again, because if I fall in love with it, I'm going to be upset. There are people that say that, and so for them, there is Brian's box. Mike in West Palm Beach, my dude.
Can we get some new additions to the Color of Money cigar?
So we're out of characters. So that's a thing. I don't think so, Mike. And I think that part of the attraction to collecting and limited edition for me is that you just can't get them again. Clark, I was trying to tell you outside, we have 3,500 of the original pigs. Again, not my favorite cigar.
3,500.
3,500.
Holy moly.
So, hey, my dude.
Our boy Turtle's asking, anything happening with Luciano?
Turtle, no. He sent me some samples, but I don't think that we have room for it in the club right now. Nice guy. He's been nothing but a nice guy to us.
Jared Parsons asks, what's with the orange amp behind you? Is it just for aesthetic, or does somebody play?
I think it's like an MP3 speaker, but it looks like an orange amp, and I just thought it looked so great up there. You want to jump in here again, Clark?
Sure.
Clark's going to come back in for a couple minutes, and then we're going to close it out. I have to say that if a fancy label was on this and it was sold to me for $15, $20, $25, I would be like, wow, what a Maduro. Whoever made this really knows what the hell they're doing. I don't know if I'm smoking $20 cigars every day, but damn, I'd like to smoke that again. So this was $5, farm roll, double up, triple up, quadruple up, while you can, because I don't know that we'll always be able to get this quality of stuff. We're in a really sweet spot right now.
Hector Javier asks, can you talk about the blend of this cigar?
Yeah, so it's a Mexican San Andreas. It's got a sun-grown Nicaraguan binder from Esteli, and then the fillers are all from Condega, Jalapa, and Esteli. So it's mostly Nicaraguan, which is...
You know what I really like about farm rolled is that, like, for me, there's like two like kind of categories of cigars that like I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's like the special unicorn, like really cool stuff that like is like really unique in some way, and like I feel like the Pravada box is really good for satisfying that need.
Yeah.
And then just when you want good cigars, like oftentimes I don't even really have anything specific in mind that I'm looking for. I just want something really good, and farm rolled really hits that, you know, build.
Farm rolled is supposed to be your utility at your desk, out while you're, you know, doing something. It's your cigar that's hanging out of your mouth. It's not your special occasion cigar, which is what Pravada Rare is.
And I think that like a lot of people like just think that like I should just smoke like regular stuff that's got bands on it, like regular production stuff when I'm, you know, looking in that category. And like I feel like that's good, like when you've got like a specific cigar. Yeah. Like, I think that, like, I'll go back to, like, particular cigars that I really enjoy that are regular production when I want that particular flavor profile.
Sure.
When I just want a good cigar, though, farm rolled, you can't really beat it.
Anything in the works with a lot of ideas? Yes, 100%. So we had the unbanded Delectados. You're having something called the Shark in your next box. And then in a couple more months, I got him to make a Delectados Connecticut. Now, he hasn't made a Connecticut with anyone else since he started his own factory. And the reason why I wanted him to do it is because it's basically the style that got him, you know, him and Davidoff so wildly known. So I wanted to see what he would come up with on his own, you know, for that. So I'm excited about that. Purple label, Delectados.
It's going to look great.
By the way, Daniel Craig is coming back for another movie.
Is he really?
Yes.
How does that work? Isn't he
I
dead?
have no clue.
It's got to be a prologue or something.
I have no clue.
Well, I guess that'll be fun.
Michael Keith asks, can we get a Philly or a Lakers-style smoking jacket in the future?
Michael, I plan to run through a lot of different variations over time. I found a producer who makes some of the Mitchell & Ness stuff, quality, really good stuff, which is the stuff that I love the most. And you know, I'm spoofing a little bit and having fun with that in a smoker's lifestyle. Michael Uribe, my man, I know this dude. What's up with the inverted pig? I would like to get one. It was an exclusive to Pravada Con 2, and it has a broadleaf wrapper on it. Again, the original blend, I don't love it so much. The new blend that's coming out in a couple of months, that one I had to do with the blending of. You rarely hear me talk about blending a cigar, but I blended that cigar. And I am so happy with it. Like, I think that is just a great cigar for it. I don't care what the shape is.
Any plans for another El Septimo collaboration? I feel like it's honestly, like, even when we did the last El Septimo with, like, the price discount, like, it's just very expensive. And I feel like
he dropped his prices, though.
Yeah, I know on some stuff. I just feel like it's kind of an unattainable price point for some people. And I feel like we like keeping LCA pretty egalitarian, like open to everybody, you know?
Yeah, great guy. Love the company, love the family. I mean, I'm sure we'll work with them again in the future. I think they're also a polarizing company within the industry, but I also think that my man brings something to the industry that we need, which is a little pizzazz. and I'm happy about that. So Juan Vargas, my man, what's good with the Mellow Masters tee? Did I miss out? Nah, it's on the site. Go to merch, Mellow Masters, or search for it.
And honest to God, I just literally got this hoodie on today because I forgot my jacket and it gets cold in my office. This is actually like a remarkably comfortable hoodie. This is my first time trying it on, to be honest, and I think it's great.
Question, why does the cigar industry keep saying that Privada Annex isn't really a cigar factory? You guys keep pumping out great cigars out of it. I don't know. You can go on our Instagram page, and it's one of the only videos that I ever leave up when I purge the page, and you can clearly see it with the logo. You can also look at the video called The Process, and I think I'm in front of the factory, and then in the factory, pictures with me and AJ in the factory. It's a real thing. It's a real place.
Maybe some people just aren't aware that he opened a second factory,
It's a third factory,
second in SLE. But yeah, it's there.
They're $12.50 a cigar, so do the math. It's like $2.60 or something like that. That's the Jeremy Sires Hold Fast cigar, which is fantastic. You can taste that one. Matt Mago wasn't able to make Pecan 2, but a member picked up the bottle of bourbon for me. Wow, that's awesome. You're lucky. I'm lucky. We're all lucky to have one. It was, what did he say? It was excellent.
It was excellent.
It was excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll be able to get that available to everybody at some point in the future once we figure out how to legally navigate that.
President Tirick, since Jeremy gave you shit about turkey sausage, will you be getting a turkey sausage stogie? Probably not, but I wouldn't mind. I like turkey sausage.
Lovecraft, Dorian. You know why I love Privada Lives? There aren't ads posted all over it, over the screen. It's 100% all about the
Oh, wait. Drop the, I don't want to pick a brand here, but, drop the signage from some, giveaway. Hey, well, we'll give it away. I can't even do. This is brought to you by the WNBC. Look, Derek, we're not for sale. No, what do we? I guess you could say we're sponsored by us, right? This is our thing. But we also like to think that we're the best promotion for cigar brands that we work with, and we'd like to think that we've helped a lot of brands, with your help, become very popular. So, yeah, dude, it's corny. Bro, media in cigars, man. You got to understand, the reason why in the 90s this shit popped is because it looked cool. And that's what I'm saying, like with Zaya from El Septimo, like we need some of that, man. These guys, want to keep it in the basement, and that's cool too. I like all different sides of cigar culture, but there needs to be different areas, different communities, different cultures within cigars for anyone who's interested in cigars to grasp onto. And that's why I think some of the high-end guys do really well, because I think in a young person's mind, they think cigars are fancy, and so they want to do that. And that's a great entry point to cigars. So, cigar media definitely needs to step up.
How would you describe our motif, I guess? I feel like what we do well is we tell the story of why cigars are special and have a really fun time doing it.
We're the craft of cigars. Yeah. We want to know more about the products that we consume. We want to know more about the people that make them. And we want to know about the real people that make them, not just some guy trying to sell a cigar to us. I went down to the Dominican Republic. I was able to get this cigar for $2.25, and then I brought it back here, and I put it in a box. The guy said the box is $10. I said, the cigars don't even cost that much. What are you talking about?
I know whose voice
so
you're
the
doing,
cigar is
it's
$20 now. I'm telling you, no respect.
I hit you up about 2 years ago about making a cigar dedicated to JFK. Any chance you still may look into that? It would be a true honor to the great president.
I'll do that with Santana. I'll talk to him about that.
That'd be cool.
Expect that in 6 years from now, but it'll be the best thing you ever fucking saw in your life. But yeah.
Cat Gonzalez, will
Cat.
we have a Privada X Privada coffee collab on a cigar paired with coffee?
Cat, you're just spoiler alerting and really you're thinking in the right places. Yes, the answer is yes, and it'll be better than that. How about that? How about them apples, Cat? You're gonna love what we're gonna do. I'm just super excited.
Got a question from Big Al Does Gaming, will you rebrand some of the unreleased October boxes into something that you can sell on the site? Banger Cigar.
Probably not. Probably not. I'm very sensitive about that because you know you don't want to have to do that. That's not a good look. They'll probably go in farm rolled if I'm just being completely transparent. Some of them will. We sold some. I mean, we didn't sell any, but it's a community. So I'll just leave it at that. And no, they would go in farm rolled if anything. And some of them for sure will.
What's
Others
the
also will.
cigar still on the site that you can understand, cannot understand is not out of stock yet? For me, it's a CLE Plus. I've got one. The Avo LE05.
It's about out of stock. I mean, I don't think people understand what that is. I don't think people understand what that is. I think that the color series, some of those, I was totally disappointed that the Privada Experience cigars didn't all sell out overnight. They're still there. I am shocked that some of the LCA releases end up on the site. You know, after 60 days of being out, they'll end up on the site. If there was one cigar, it would be the original Cuban Link or this Caliber cigar that we found. Those are two cigars that are near perfect, and there's a lot. When you go to PrivadaCigarClub.com and then click on limited edition and you see the aging on these cigars, some of them, I haven't smoked all of them. I got to go back through. That's what my next 6 months is going to be about after our European tour. I'm going to sit here and go through those and smoke through them and tell you guys what's aged amazingly.
Noah Williams, have you thought about an organic line of cigars? I know it's expensive, just a thought.
Montenegro doesn't use any pesticides. They're about as organic as tobacco will get.
Jason Reed, any more future cigars with sartorial tobacco?
I would love to, Jason. I'm looking forward to working with Anu, Chief Anu. That dude is cool as hell, and I had a great time with him, and boy, did that cigar go. It went cigar viral. Shout out to the LCA. Shout out, what's his shop out in Mississippi?
Country Squire.
Country Squire. Shout out to them. They had a huge party. Like, that was a great release, and I was proud to be involved with that. Very happy about that relationship, and I hope it grows into more.
Daniel Brewer, will there be another Hialeah Gardens cigar?
It's on the site, though. Salveson. Hey, brother, will we get more of the bundles like the ballpark and cafeteria? Yes, cafeteria is still going. It shouldn't be sold out. If it is, email us. I'll get them. I know we have them. And the shops now want cafeteria, too, so we're trying to figure out how the hell we're going to do that because it's really not.
We'll figure it out.
Everyone's making a couple pennies and shit. It's not, But if you guys want them, they'll be there. Christopher Lawrence, what did you say?
Christopher Lawrence, I'm headed to Augusta for the Masters in a couple of weekends. Any chance of a special edition Masters cigar? Would be a dope annual release.
1 second, Christopher.
And right behind it. Clark.
Can they see that?
Give it a second.
Here
There we
we
go.
go. Here we go. You see those little dots in the ash? You can see them in the wrapper a little bit too. Those are like little flavor pockets. By the way, I'm nubbing this thing, which shows you how good it is. Look at that beautiful ash holding on. Look at that ash though. You see those little chicken pox? That is Flavor Town right there. Guess I can't use that anymore. He's in the business. But this is flavorful stuff here. I just want to show you this. This is farm roll. I'll just stand here with you.
Cool. Oh, we're zoomed in now. There we go.
Julio Fortis, just ordered the Habano, $5 foot long, farm rolled 6-pack. Great Dawn Emos
$5
impersonation of Ryan.
Thank you, Julio. Don Imus.
Highness. From Turtle, question, are we ever going to get a Tamborino Hoochie Daddy cigar?
Tamborino, he's not going to let this jacuzzi story die down. They were in a jacuzzi together in Vegas with some, I think it's safe to, I don't want to be disrespectful to women in any way, but she was sounding like a real thought. She's a real, and and so things happened in the jacuzzi with Tyler Tamburino, our cameraman.
Mike in West Palm Beach, since No Color of Money, are you a fan of rounders?
I am, and that could be cool. Not as much of a fan as Color of Money. I was watching Color of Money again the other day, man, and it's that theme song you played me in with reminds me of the Color of Money, and man, just the characters, there was no good guy. And people say the original was so good. I've seen the original. I didn't like it. Jackie Gleason, like really? Come on, I can't really relate much. I don't want to get a lot of shit over that. But
TBH, I don't know what Rounders is. Is that showing my age?
Rounders?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Matt Damon, poker, college poker, like incredible Russian.
Is that where he had the underground gambling ring in his place?
Yes. Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of that.
All right, William asking a question. When can we get the LCA in Canada? At Canada's only and finest cigar lounge at Timeless Hines Sampling Room in Winnipeg.
Funny you mention LCA in Canada. Funny you mention Thomas Hines.
Funny. Oh, sorry.
Stay posted. We're very close.
I'd be honored to see William Payment walk into this lounge that he goes to. It looks beautiful. And go there and be able to purchase Pravada Cigar Club cigars and Limited Cigar Association.
We are extremely close to LCA starting to be distributed in Canada. It's going to be a process of building that out, but it's really right around the corner, the beginnings of it.
Toasty, chocolatey, coffee. The fruitiness is gone. It's roasted nuts. This is a wow. You're actually smoking the Habano version, and the Habano, the natural version. The natural is now up in place of that product, so it's still $5 or $4 if you order 5.
Jordan
something like that.
Music asks, hey guys, are we doing another cigar music anytime soon?
Only if I get to play the box drums this time. Now, I don't know how to play the box drums, but I think that just like as I let the tobacco move me to like the music in my soul,
Zany stuff.
that's going to be zany stuff. Zany stuff.
Yes, I'm going to try to do one soon.
Legally Pablo, any new LCA locations opening in the Brandon or Riverview area?
Of which state?
That's Tampa.
Oh, that is Tampa, isn't
Right
it?
before you get to Tampa.
Are there any, if you've got any in the area that you'd really like to see in LCA, email me, clark@bravadocigarclub.com. There's a new shop that opened not far from St. Pete that I think will be joining LCA very
That's
soon.
not so close to him.
Yeah, I know. So if there's somebody closer that you'd like to see in LCA, clark@bravadocigarclub.com. We'll make it happen.
Cool.
Right, James Rivera with a similar question about San Antonio.
I don't have the
What
map.
happened to that shop in San Antonio?
I
I thought they were too good for us. I always got that
no,
vibe
no.
from the beginning.
I think you're talking about Club Humidor.
Yes.
And they're still in LCA.
Oh, they still are? Okay, well,
Yeah.
great. Shout out to them.
And there's other shops in San Antonio
Sorry,
too. I just can't.
I don't know why I felt that way, but I did always kind of feel that way. That like.
Well, I mean, they're taking LCA every month. It's going great.
Well, that's fantastic, and they're a great shop. Nick, one of our close members, loves that shop so much. I think he hooked that up.
Keith Rumbo.
Mario Vila, is there a cigar where aging actually makes it worse?
Yes, over 200,000 of them in our history. So yes.
And I think it's not the question of what cigar. It's like how long. Every cigar kind of has its own.
It's like fruit. It is a produce. And by the way, it also rots. It can go bad too. It can get beetles. It can get mold. It can. It's a lot to take care of these things. These little guys and gals. My babies.
Your babies.
William, another question for the Canadians: can the Father's Day sale be sent with our monthly box?
I don't know yet.
It's gonna be tough.
I don't know if you're going to be able to order directly off the site to have stuff added to your subscription for the Father's Day sale, but we're trying to figure something out there. So I'm going to be talking to Cigar Chief tomorrow actually about this. So hopefully we'll have good news for you guys. At the very least, you'll definitely be able to get a lot more access to Pravada cigars in Canada, even if it's not,
Edward,
conventional means.
we chatted briefly about having an aged cigar sampler. Have you thought further about it? Edward, we should still have the Back to the Future samplers.
Do we? I don't know if they're on the site or not.
Truly an amazing opportunity to smoke cigars. But if you go to limited edition on our site, you will see that the entire first page is all aged cigars. So yeah, I can put something together. I will. in time. I'm sorry, Edward. I wish I could do all this stuff right away.
Mr. Mike, cheesesteak Cuban sandwich. Can we say there's a sandwich series now?
Yeah, I think so, and it's pretty awesome. I really loved the making of the cheesesteak in Philly. That was just phenomenal, and they're still available at Twin Shop and on our website. And I also am excited about the Cuban sandwich. We're going to release it on the site with a beautiful video that we shot. Next week, we leave for Europe for a European tour, an LCA tour. It's going to be awesome. And we're also going to check out some software from this company, Pio, that we're going to be working with in order to automate our stuff so that when the Father's Day sale does roll around, we can either break the machine or we can get you your orders in record time. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But look out for Cuban sandwich. I'm going to drop that video while we're traveling.
What cigar should we do next in the sandwich series? What's going to be the next sandwich?
Well, Cuban sandwich will come out.
No, but after that,
I don't know.
should we? I think we should do something a little spicy, a little unconventional. A little,
Some teasing stuff in the
let's-
background. Some
let's-
stuff in progress.
I think we should do a hot dog cigar.
Hot dogs aren't
Because you see, I mean, that's going to spark a whole controversy right there. I would argue that a hot dog is a sandwich by an academic definition, and I
Okay.
think that we should give the hot dog the way
I'm
it
surprised
deserves.
that the Pravada buckets are still on the site. It is such a good cigar. Like, it's just phenomenal. We're going to re-release some of that and some wings and stuff.
And a hot dog cigar to go along with it.
You're getting
Michael
funny.
Uribe, can we do something social for the guys in the West Coast?
Can we do something in SoCal for the guys on the West Coast? So, we're toying with the idea with our Houston crew about doing a first regional party, and if it works out, we're then going to do it in SoCal next. That won't be until November, so it will be probably close to 9 months or a year before we get down there. But I think SoCal is on the list. Nobody parties like Southern California, and we're going to have a great time when we do it. So I'm working on it.
Alex Ocasio, no more merch?
Well, we
Nothing
have
on the website.
we have the Pravada jacket. We have this.
I think he's asking how do you find it on the website?
Oh, there's a button at the top of the website now. It says merch.
Yeah. Throwing just another tease of that jacket on there.
So this is pre-order right now. Smoking jacket, satin, smoke bounces right off of it.
That is a good-looking jacket.
Isn't it a nice jacket?
That's
Wait
a
till you
good
see
shot
the
too.
inside and everything. It's really beautiful.
Get this back right here. Pernell Brown.
Pernell.
What is out there that is similar to a Mombacho Liga Maestro?
I don't know of any. We have some aged Mombacho. We'll be making them the next dead stock, probably. You know, dead stock has a problem.
What's that?
It looks the same.
That is the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks the same. So we have to either change colors or we just have to change it up all the time. And I think maybe we'll just change it up all the time because that's what we're kind of known for anyway. And we'll just start putting out what we call under the dead stock category. That'll be the name of the brand, but then there will be multiple
Different
things.
bands for each one,
Yeah.
so it's easy to tell them apart.
Yeah.
All right, question from Joel Garcia. He's a little confused that if we work with regular, known cigar makers and we cater to local brick and mortars, why is it such a big deal that we do what we do?
I don't understand the question.
Why does everybody give us so much hate?
Is that what he's asking? Why is it such a big deal that we do what we do? I'll tell you why. We didn't follow the blueprint to the industry. We did it a different way, and it worked. Anyone who's tried to do it a different way, it hasn't necessarily worked for in the past.
I think there's a lot of frustration too, that like, especially with LCA and like that whole side of our business, like it was a unique model that really served a need at a particular time, and it grew way faster than anybody else who's tried to grow a cigar brand in the conventional means. And I think
so even like when you talk about a Drew Estate or a Rocky Patel, guys who really took over Perdomo, right, is over a 20-year period that this happened. With Pravada and the LCA, it happened like overnight. And our timing was great with COVID. Terrible thing, but our timing was great because of COVID. idea, cigar line with character versions of the cigar makers. I like that, Mike. That is,
Legends line.
yeah. So we have our own characters now. They're coming on the back of our Cuban Tradition series. If you're in the club, you're getting some of these Cuban Tradition series where the front looks exactly like a famous Cuban cigar, and the back has a character. That's me introducing those characters. We also have our alligator that we're kind of using as a mascot now. So we've
cool
got
alligator.
our own original IP now that we're using, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, Mike.
Edward Usuri says we should have a screw the haters #Provada shirt.
I like it.
You know what the problem is, though? A hater one day is a member of the movement the next day.
It happens, and we've gotten some great mail from people who, you know, were introduced to us in a negative way and then learned to love us. And I think we're adding enough to the culture to be loved by all cigar smokers. So the documentaries, the this, the that.
Mathis Bailey, Provada Club, looking for big man swag. 3XL is not. Big man 6L tee and up. Even if they have to pre-order it.
It's tough. It's tough to get people to make merch that big, and I will do my best. We did have some 5XL stuff, but really it felt more like a 4XL.
Yeah.
The polos, you got to go one size up.
Yeah. Lovecraft Studios, similar to the
Derek.
LCA in Canada thing. My brother Jonathan in the UK has had issues getting cigars without paying ridiculous amounts of money. Sad to say he had to cancel his sub. Any comments on that?
You know, here's what I have to say about that is like we're really focusing on Canada right now, like expanding that like subscription model. Norway, but like just know that like even though like it's, you know, when you're introducing new countries into the network, it's very complicated. Every country has their own unique peculiarities in terms of legal requirements. So it's kind of a country by country situation, but we're coming.
We're also going to Hungary. We're going to Budapest. What? We're going to Budapest, bro. They're having a rooftop party for us in Budapest, and then we're going to Berlin. So we're going to be in Germany and Hungary. UK, I'm looking for a distributor, and we need someone that's ballsy enough to take us on.
Brian and Clark, you're making all these fellow Canadians so ridiculously honored and proud to be in Provada.
That's awesome, and
very cool.
that's what I love to hear, man. This is a dream come true. I think we're gonna cut it short unless we have a ton more questions. But you do have a ton of questions, okay? But I just want to say that like I don't think any of us really ever imagined it getting to where it's gotten, and it's our honor to serve you guys wherever you are, and it's just an amazing thing. And if you're getting involved, you're a part of cigar history, and that's really cool to me. So thank you, William.
Michael Uribe says, I work for the Union Pacific Railroad. Can we do a cigar after railroad, like for the railroad?
So in Cuba, a lot of the, mostly I think Cuesta or, what's the one that JFK used to smoke? Magnum, they do the Magnum.
Not H. Upman.
H. Upman.
Oh.
H. Upman used to do a lot of limited releases, regional releases for utility companies. They did one for Shell Gas. They did one for, I think, Coca-Cola, which I posted the other day on the website or on the Instagram. I would love to. So if you get in touch with me, I would absolutely love to do that cigar. And we have, the way that they did their bands was extremely cool, and we have a similar situation. So I would love to do that.
Ryan Cornelius, I crave the story of the factory of the makers that make it all. I love the art, but I always wanted the info behind them. No one else, none ever brought it till Provada.
Thank you, Ryan. You know I love you, and I hope you're staying warm up there in upstate New York. Thank you.
Mark Paulson, need another 1491 style cigar, but from Puerto Rico.
I'm working on Puerto Rico. Viva la Puerto Rico. My Boricuas in the building. I'm going to make you guys so proud. We got a cigar. Oh, man, I just can't wait. Just give me a couple more months.
Matt Mega, the work you guys are doing is phenomenal. Keep it up. Things do need to change in the industry, and you're doing it right. The humor's great. F the haters.
Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate you.
Any more from Sean J? Any more Tempranillo cigars on the way?
Oh yeah, Tempranillo's is becoming a part of the DNA here, and they've really stepped their game.
If you smoked the test blends, you'd understand why too.
Yeah, they've really stepped their game up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting pretty ridiculous.
All right, Josh Hoffman, looking good, Clark. How'd you shed all the
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Kid you not, what I've been doing for like the last year is just, and anybody in this building can testify to this, I eat a Chipotle bowl a day, and that's about it. And that's not a normal way of doing anything, but it's worked very well.
You were on a vegan tip for about 6 months?
Yeah, I was eating a very plant-based diet. That was actually, I was cooking some of the best, most delicious food that I've
Very
ever
good
made in my
stuff,
life.
yeah.
It was just very time-consuming, and I just discovered eating one Chipotle bowl a day, having it delivered to my desk, don't need to do much more.
That's incredible, the discipline.
I should get
wish I could do
sponsored
that.
by Chipotle.
You should.
I should get like, this guy lost 150
You're
pounds
giving me Jared
eating
vibes,
Chipotle.
though. You don't want that.
Well, that's we don't need to. Why do you need to do that? Come on.
Looking good, Clark.
All right. Michael Keith, we did address this. More jackets are on their way.
Well, yeah, over time we'll do different jackets in different colors.
And then one of the last questions, unless people keep sending more in, Daniel Brewer, whatever happened to Caldwell?
I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't getting transparency in the relationship, and we just kind of stopped buying cigars from him. He thinks I ordered something and then wouldn't pay for it, but that's not really exactly how it happened. There's two sides to every story, and I think he's gone now, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he sold is how the story
Sold?
goes.
Did he sell?
That's what the newspaper says.
That's interesting. He's being distributed by a shop now.
That's what it sounds like to me.
An online pipe seller.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully they have great luck.
All right. The Cross You Out podcast. Anyway, we can get more watch series.
Yeah, there's another one coming, I think.
Is there?
I think, or we might have done our last one. What was your favorite watch?
That's easy. The Rose Gold AP.
Rose
Easily
Gold AP
one
is-
of my favorite cigars
I like
of
the
all
Chico
time.
too, man. Not the AP. What's the
Oh, I know I forgot about that one for a second.
Nautilus,
What did we call that one?
What's the company that makes the Nautilus? I can't believe it. But yeah, no, I liked the Rose Gold AP.
And then the one you're talking about from Chico, the most recent one, was also phenomenal.
That was also a Rose Gold as well.
Rick asking, Solar Eclipse cigar with the Solar Eclipse coming out.
Too soon, my friend.
Solar
too soon.
eclipse of the cigar.
Paul M., this would be an interesting Canadian exclusive. He'd love to see a poutine cigar, band, fries, sauce, cheese curds, etc.
I like it.
That sounds great.
That's pretty cool.
I'll tell you what, when I was in Canada, I got introduced to all kinds of poutine. I was there with my family over Christmas. I'll tell you what.
Oh, you got a lot of poutine when you were in Canada.
Sure.
I didn't know you were just rolling around getting a lot of poutine up there.
I was getting all kinds of curds and wheys and.
Ooh. Okay.
There was a question earlier on. Is there a reason why we don't work with Placencia?
Well, Placencia is related to AJ, and I've never had any real communication with Placencia, and we work with companies like Cavalier that work exclusively with Placencia tobacco, and so I've just never really, tried to make that happen. I don't want to step on the toes of my favorite cigar maker, and this is a personal industry, a personal business, as you can see, and so. There's some relationships that I'll just leave that alone. They make great cigars.
Yeah, but I mean, there's been cigars like the Cavalier Pocket with an LCA that were.
That's basically a Placencia to me. I mean,
exactly.
It's very similar, so we're lucky to get to work with Cavalier because of that. Also, the old Blancos, the aged ones. That's it. Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to sign off. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's do it again, maybe in another 2 months or something. And join Farm Roll. This is the best bang for your buck in cigars, period. Hands down. Can you play that music?
Mm-hmm.
See you soon in the H, my brothers. What's in the H?
In the Houston, in the H
Oh.
town. Baby. You get chopped and screwed out there.
What does that mean? That sounds
Oh, man. this
chopped
guy,
and screwed.
He's no DJ. This is no cigar music volume. I guess we do need to hire a DJ.
And you need Clark on the box drums to just introduce a little bit of like.
Ooh, that'd be dope. What are box drums?
What are box drums? It's like, you ever seen somebody sing on the wooden box that they bang and it's
Yeah.
got,
Oh.
yeah, man, that's what the cool people,
When I was in a
cool
band,
people do.
my drummer used to use that for acoustic stuff. He would.
Oh yeah?